Guys, Deluded Gooner, it's me again. Festive greetings in a festive period. Obviously, yesterday we lost. We didn't lose. It was 3-3 versus Liverpool. I mean, I'm so accustomed to Arsenal losing. You see how it came out automatically. But yeah, you've seen my preview. I watched the game again, and yeah, the game is finished, and we have to wait till Thursday to see Arsenal again. But there's still a lot going through my mind, so I've written them down. Obviously, as you guys know, they're right in front of me. So let's start. All three goals, man. I don't even know where to start, but I'll allude to it later. But all three goals shot in the foot, self-inflicted. 24th, 23rd, 24th, 25th minute, whenever it was when Coutinho scored the header. Czech could have done much better. The ball lagged, but in the build-up to that, what happened? It was a no-look cross from Iwobi, overhit cross, and then there was a throw-in. There was no urgency by us to limit the space Liverpool had. Throw-in came. I'm so sure it was Monreal failed to engage properly with when the ball was thrown into play. They literally counter-attacked us. Maitland-Niles already caught out of position, like I've said, and like we've seen already. They go and slot it. Czech could have done a lot better in my opinion. But in the build up to that, we're caught 2 versus 2. Credit to Firmino as well, man. Coutinho started, but credit to Firmino. He did very well to draw two of our men in, and then now it's just a cute little things. And I really don't feel Firmino is rated enough, to be honest. Especially when it's talking about all of Liverpool's attacking options. But credit to them, they caught us 2 versus 2. Bellerin and Koscielny. Maitland-Niles got sucked towards the ball. Xhaka and Wilshere are tracking back, but it's in vain. Neither of them can defend, and neither of them are the quickest, so it's all in vain. Coutinho's always, especially Wilshere, he tried, but it's Coutinho. Now you see why this 4-3-3 thing is good with them, man. But imagine we had a defensive mid that could mop up for us. So yeah, 24th minute we were counter-attacked. Big thing I could see. We were respecting defending too much. I'm happy we were mindful and careful for once against an attacking side, but we couldn't get out of our own box, man. We were struggling. We couldn't get out of our own box for many periods in that first half, man. And there was many balls that were given astray. Alexis was guilty. Xhaka was guilty. Bellerin was guilty. Mesut Ozil was guilty. Maitland-Niles even at a point. Wilshere as well. A lot of balls were given away in the midfield as we were trying to get out, man. It just really wasn't happening for us. Iwobi could have done much better throughout the whole game, to be honest. I have to shout out Bellerin because that was a good cross. I know I'm onto you about end product, and I was onto you yesterday, but that was a good cross for to make it 1-1. To be honest with you, Xhaka and Iwobi did very well in the build up as well. It was a great run from Alexis. Joe Gomez, my guy, but he could have done a bit better. But yeah, man, I have to credit Liverpool because especially in that first half, there was no way to get out. We could not get out. And it was a mazza. We need to hit Lacazette more directly, in my opinion. He made some great runs. I know I say this all the time, and he had a good game yesterday and got an assist to show. We need to hit him directly. The man is making so much runs off the last shoulder of the defenders, and Lovren and Klavan, he could have got a few, man. His movement's very good, but we need to play more directly, man. Yeah, man. For our second goal, it was a quality team move, but I have to give credit to Maitland-Niles for winning the ball back, man. Between Xhaka, Lacazette, Ozil, it was lovely. Wilshere as well. Obviously, how did we get our first or whatever, man? Our second goal. Who scored the second? It was Xhaka, right? It was the banger from Xhaka, but in the build up to that was good, man. So yeah, I will say as well, at 3-2 up, there's no game management. Mane had a shocker, especially when I watch it again. They could have killed us. They could have scored 4 or 5 in that first half. Game management, because we're still getting caught 2 versus 2 at 3-3. We're still pouring forward, and there's still incidences where Liverpool are warning us. Very much yeah, you could say it was a mazza in the game, and it was two sides having to go at each other and two poor defensively sides and all of them things, and all of that's true. But when you watch it again from an Arsenal fan perspective, and Liverpool fans might say the same, we shot ourselves in the foot. Silly defending, but it's more. We already know this, man. We failed to clear our lines a lot yesterday as well. The third goal, I don't know. Between the second and I'm annoyed with all 3 that we've conceded. Watching it again, especially. But I'd say the third goal really, really annoyed me. Between the second and the third, I don't know. I actually don't know which one annoyed me. But it's so cheap. Like 3 or 4 minutes before, again, we're struggling to get out of our own half. We're camping. Xhaka does very well to clear our lines, and the ball falls to Alexis Sanchez. You've played for Barcelona in conditions where you've been trying to win league titles and cups, and you have to know to manage a game. Loses the ball. Silly stuff. Salah gets it. Salah does very well, to be honest with you. And eventually Firmino scores. Czech, we know Czech could do much better. Czech had a shocker for all 3 goals. Again, watching them, he could have done much better for all 3. I'm being harsh for the first, but definitely the second and the third, he could have done much better, man. He really could have, man. And like I've already said, I've got it written down again. Like I've already said, 51st minute, Alexis and Maitland-Niles lose our ball on our side. We're caught way too high. Iwobi's basically up front. Xhaka strolling in one pace, as is Mesut Ozil. Bellerin, for me, could have done much better to deny that goal as well. Being a fullback, of course, I've never played at the level he has, and he's a better fullback than me. I say that lightly. As a fullback, putting myself in that position, you've got to sniff danger. One of my positives, I'd say, as myself as a footballer or fullback, I was able to sniff danger. I cleared a lot of shots off the line. So with that in mind, you could see it developing. The goal I'm talking about, you can see it developing. Koscielny's gets sucked in, has no clue where the runners are, as has the others. But Bellerin could have saved us. We're caught 2 versus 2 and Bellerin's tracking back, but he could have saved us. If he tucks in a bit better, something could have happened. Yeah. For the third goal as well, I'd say Koscielny stepping out of defence for no reason. Yeah, we're on the edge of our goal line of the semicircle, but you're stepping out, and then they were able to take advantage of the space. Koscielny's had a very good season, in my opinion. He's had some shaky games. This is arguably his worst game this season. We know we need another centre-half to eventually take over from him. But yeah, man, it was poor, man. Twice in two of the goals, Wilshere has sniffed danger, and so is Xhaka, but they're physically unable to do it, man. Both our centre backs at a time as well, getting sucked towards the ball. Koscielny, especially for the second, had no clue. 2 self-inflicted errors, man. 3 self-inflicted errors, better yet. 3 self-inflicted counter-attacks. Liverpool warned us, like, Czech could have done better, man. Czech really could have done better. They were showing us from early, far post, what they're going to do as well. Czech done well for a couple of saves, but he really could have done better for the second and the third. You saw Koscielny slip twice at 2 important moments in that game as well. One in the 44th minute and then another one. Yeah, man, we were just losing the ball in silly areas as well, man. Like I said, even that could be classed as Koscielny losing his foot in, Iwobi in the 30th minute losing the ball, giving the ball away, and then obviously for their goal, giving it away. Bellerin not helping giving balls away as well. We're just giving balls away in key areas and struggling to get out of our own half. Like 38th minute, Koscielny as well. It's like we really shot ourselves in the foot, like against Manchester United. It's weird because Manchester United and Liverpool games at the Emirates, you can draw so many positives from it. Especially being an Arsenal fan, you expect to get battered, definitely against United, but both teams. And yeah, we lost against United, but we got a point. But it's just self-inflicted errors, shooting ourselves in the foot. United, silly defensively, slightly different defensive errors, but not being switched on and giving away cheap goals that they took advantage of. Today, in fact, there's not really any difference. The difference was our centre-backs made the goals happen, and the difference yesterday was Liverpool's counter-attacks made the work happen and took advantage of our problems, but they're still there. Imagine we don't get caught high up the field for Coutinho's goal. I know there's no ifs and buts in football. Ultimately, we can only deal with what's actually happened, but I like to believe everybody in life wants to strive to get better, so we have to do this hindsight stuff. 3 self-inflicted goals, 3 very self-inflicted goals. Credit to Liverpool, it was a lovely move. All of them were lovely moves, especially the one Salah set up. Lovely moves, but we made it easier for them. Getting caught, getting counter-attacked. They're warning us. You know Liverpool, they're going to press us high and things. That being said, I'll give us credit for pressing them high as well. Iwobi, I have to mention it as well. I don't know what's going on, but why weren't you tracking Robertson in the first half? If Robertson had a bit more quality on his crosses and someone was a bit more alert, like Firmino, he could have done a madness. Firmino, definitely from a Liverpool perspective, for me anyways, for man of the match. I know he scored, but I know he might not have grabbed the headlines, but chasing down lost causes, smart fouls, drawing people in, I'm talking about drawing fouls and in regards to the counter-attacks. Firmino is a real good footballer, man. He loves scoring at the Emirates as well, man. He scored there for Brazil. I remember going to that game. But yeah, man, I don't think I'm missing out any points, to be honest with you. But the main point I'd love for you guys to take away is, again, self-inflicted errors, 3 cheap goals. We struggled to get out of home half. Wilshere is amazing, man. Some of the passes my man was doing when I watched that game again were quality, as is Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles he done very well, but he showed his youthfulness at times. The corner, when he's the corner in the initial stages where he's putting his hands up to say it's a foul. There was another incident where he went out for a throw-in. On a general basis, he did alright, to be honest, but yeah, man, ultimately it's a point. It could have been 2 more. We go to Palace. We need to beat Palace because 2018 is not going to start off well. We're playing Chelsea. Chelsea didn't have the best games against Everton. I don't know who they've got next, but you can bet they're going to be up for it, especially at the Emirates after what happened last season to them. So yeah, man. Guys, Deluded Gunner, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. I'm signing out. Just some more thoughts in regards to the Arsenal-Liverpool game. Like I said, it was great that we're mindful of Liverpool, but we're too mindful. Playing with a handbrake, a mental handbrake, as Wenger would say. Guys, Deluded, enjoy your Christmas and your Happy New Year if you're not coming back until the New Year to watch any of my stuff. Apologies as well for taking too long to say bye, man. I'm out.